What's going on, y'all? Today we are going to be learning how to do a proper kettlebell overhead press. We're going to be taking a note from the Russians here in Pavel and teaching it right, guys. If you want to grow strong shoulders right here, the press is going to be the best possible movement. In my opinion, this and the pull-up are the single best upper body exercises. This is the best weighted one. The body weight champion goes to the pull-up. So a lot of value goes to this movement. All right, guys, so we're gonna be breaking down the perfect form for this movement. You already know whenever I break down any movement, I'm gonna start from the feet, work my way up to the knees, hips, the trunk, shoulders, arms, and then to the head as well too. All right, guys, so for the overhead press, I'll go ahead and give you a quick demonstration of it. The kettlebell overhead press is a full body movement. That's why we're gonna put so much focus into the legs and the hips for this movement. So to begin with, your feet are gonna want to be right at shoulder width apart. All right, this is where you're gonna have the most power and be able to draw upon your strength reserves the most. So what that looks like is feet are gonna be about right here. Here's my shoulders. They're gonna be about right in line with my shoulders. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move up the body and we're gonna go to your thighs, all right? When you are doing a proper kettlebell press, you are going to have tight, flexed quads and thighs, all right? So the best way I can paint this picture for you is you are going to flex your quads and pull your kneecaps up, all right? So while flexing your quads, those kneecaps are gonna suck up into your thigh, all right? We want to do that. We wanna pull our kneecaps up, okay? So I'll go ahead and show you this. You're going to want to go ahead and get your shoulder width stance, and then from here, flex your quads and pull your kneecap up and suck them in. You do not want to press from a loose stance. We want to squeeze the quads, pinch the butt, which I'll get to next, and keep all of this tight. You're even gonna want to squeeze your toes into the ground as well too. If you're wearing shoes, squeeze them into the shoes. All right, guys, so quads are tight. The next one is going to be your butt, okay? So your butt on this movement, I'm gonna move the angle down to my butt, is going to be squeezed forward. You are going to see I'm in this stance where my hips are almost forward of my chest. We want that. We want your butt to be small and tight here. So a good cue to imagine here is to pretend you have a quarter in between your butt cheeks and you're squeezing that quarter. So from here, boom, squeeze the glutes. Okay, we don't want your hips back here pressing. All right, hips squeezed and tight. As we press, lower body is tight, ribs are down, quads are pulled, quads are tight, kneecaps are pulled up, and we press. Can't tell you how many people I see who start pressing and their butt is not tight and they end up getting lower back pain from it, all right? We don't want that. So the next thing that we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to draw our rib cage down, all right? So what this looks like is ribs. We don't want a big chest that's just puffed up to the sky. We wanna pull these ribs down to where, if you see here, our ribs are basically being pulled down into our belly button here. So rather than being drawn up, we're pretending we're taking our sacrum or our rib cage down into our belly button, and then our butt is squeezed forward. To be able to get the tightest core possible, you need to squeeze your butt along with it. You can keep your ribs down all you want, but if your butt's not squeezed, you don't have a solid foundation. Here's the thing, with the overhead press, this is so evident. You can have power leakage to where you can have a strong quad and strong feet to where you're driving in, you have a great base, and your core can be really tight, and your upper body can be really strong to press this thing up. But if your hips are not tight and your butt squeezed, you're going to leak power out, and it's not going to be able to transfer from your legs into your upper body. So we really want to keep the hips nice and tight here. Now we'll go ahead and get into the actual upper body part of the movement. That's what a lot of you guys are probably waiting for. All right, guys, so with this, I'll go ahead and show you the starting stance. You're going to clean it up. You want to be able to have it in a position where you can wiggle your fingers here to begin. You're going to have your elbow tucked into your rib cage, just like so. Elbow into your ribs to start. Your forearm is going to be right up against your pec muscle. Your hand is going to be squeezed tight. Knuckles are pointed towards your chin. You don't want your knuckles pointing this way or pointing this way to where your elbow comes off your ribs. So we have everything nice and tight. All right, shoulders. We don't want forward rounded shoulders here. We want shoulders down and back. You see this muscle right here tightening up? That's what we want. We don't want this falling forward. We want to tighten and squeeze our upper backs nice and strong, okay? So we're retracting and detracting our scapula. All right, guys, if you do not have that solid base of your elbow into your rib cage, your forearm squeezed tight against your pec with your knuckles facing your chin, and your shoulder blade brought down and back, you're gonna have a weak press. And you'll never be able to get past 35 pounds. If you wanna press 50 or 75 pounds over your head, you need to have a tight upper body foundation. All right, guys? Now for the actual pressing motion, this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be right here. You're gonna have everything tight. Your opposite hand is gonna go on your butt cheek or on your core, okay? And from here, we're gonna press out almost like a half moon and then bring it back. The best thing that you always wanna remember is bicep to your ear at the top, okay? And as you come down, we're gonna tighten our lat and drive our elbow into our chest, okay? So when you press up, it's gonna go out. And when you come down, the kettlebell will come into your chest. So watch, out and in, and now just purely in, okay? Let's show you that on the left side. Right here, you're gonna press out in that half moon shape. Make sure our shoulder blade is sucked down at the top here, bicep to ear, and now squeeze that lat and draw the kettlebell in to your chest, all right? If you wanna smoke your lats, really control that negative. That's gonna give you a ton of power there. And it'll really help out in your pull-ups as well too. Heard a story from Pavel in one of his books of a guy actually building up to being able to do one-arm chin-ups, which I've just been recently able to do for the first time, just simply by controlling the negative of an overhead press. You think about it, what does this look like? Boom, a one-arm chin-up, right? So super great move and skill to be able to control that negative. All right, guys, now the last thing is we're gonna go ahead and have our eyes, okay? So as we press, we wanna be looking 6 to 8 feet in front of us with our chin tucked, all right? Boom. Boom. I don't want your head up here, and I don't want it all the way down here. Chin tucked, looking 6 to 8 feet in front of you. For the breathing on this one, guys, I stay tight so I get a breath in at the bottom. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Another breath in, squeeze it down. You want to stay braced for the way up and the way down in this movement. I'm done, peace.